look at that. We're back into the draft.
Okay, so looking at it a bit more now, that we have Heartstopper as well. I didn't see that first one I saw before. Heartstopper is obviously a very strong first pick as well, so that might be in contention for Spirit Breaker as well.
Yeah, this is what
Other
I mean. In
premium
terms of
spells.
mulling again here, I just couldn't see it happening. Like the models are a little imbalanced, as you say in the beginning here. It's sort of the weaker set, but you could build the tank on this, and there's so much tank, right? The counter helix, the bristleback, the corrosive skin, any number of these
Yeah,
things.
in terms of like Radiant versus Dire models, I wouldn't see either of them really being upset about this. I don't think either of them would be that happy either. But I think like, well, Radiant is probably happier because they have Radiant advantage, and that just generally helps more in pretty much all
Yeah, as you
situations.
re-roll at this point, you could end up with something much worse.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and they still get Radiant, so it's not going to change that. So yeah, I'd just go with this. And yeah, so there's
Okay, you're right.
the
So they did
Aftershock.
pick it up. We're gonna see the force counterplay come out of this.
Yeah, and there's the Heartstopper.
So what
I
other premium
imagine
spells have we got? We got
Infernal Blade.
Infernal Blade is very
Infernal
strong.
Blade. We got Stormhammer.
Abaddon.
Nether Toxin, Abaddon Ults. I think Aphotic Shield
Charge.
also. Charge is nice.
It's generally not like it is a very good skill, I agree, but it's not generally picked up that highly by teams. Like there are certain players that do really enjoy picking up Heart Shield, and they like playing like a quite like a passive 5, but it's generally not picked up that highly by these two teams, for as what I know. But yeah, there's lots of premium skills here. Obviously the charge, if you can get charge with Grittier Bash, Fiery Devour still here currently. Borrowed Time, like I said, lots of good skills, and just generally good stuns as well, like Fissure, Light Strike Array, Shackle Shot.
There's also going to be room for some sort of like tanky roll with counter helix, maybe. So it could be the Earthshaker or the Sven. I think Sven is the kind of.
Yeah, so the first weird pick I'd say here is obviously the Bristleback taking Viper Strike first. I'm not sure if this was a random, but that's obviously not very common. Viper Strike isn't very good.
Yeah.
And
Omni-Knight's gone for Goo and Fissure. Goo maybe a counter pick for the Spirit Breaker?
Yes, definitely, I would assume. Although I would have thought they would take like Goo along with Warpath on one of their cores, but it seems like they just went to pick it on a support instead, which is fair enough.
Well, the other thing you got to prioritize is the other things that are out there, right? If you just counterpick everything early, then they're going to
he's going to get Quills on Axe here, I think, and then that's going to be insane. Quills plus he might get Warpath as well, and that should be an insane build. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, this Axe is looking very scary, especially if he gets Warpath on top of it.
So what is the Spirit Breaker hoping for here? In my mind, there's only one clear answer, and it's the Mist Coil.
I'd say Purification's pretty good, even though it's got high cooldown. It's just quite a nice like instant cast thing that you can just there you go.
What about Bulldoze?
Bulldoze is okay, but generally the thing you like to prioritize with Aftershock generally is just nukes that come out really fast and do damage around you. I don't think there's much left there. But yeah, he just takes the Mist Coil here, which is fair enough.
5 seconds seem to be underestimated.
Yeah, it's especially nice because it's also a Spirit Breaker model, which is obviously very tanky, and you can just keep spamming it regardless of the self damage. But yeah, it looks like the Axe is going to get the Warpath, hopefully, if he sees it. Oh, no, okay, that's good as well. So basically here that he took the Great Cleave just because if it goes to Earthshaker, it's going to be quite strong. And he can still get the Warpath potentially on the wheel as well. So
yeah, I don't see like Earthshaker denying the Warpath from him kind of thing.
No, he probably takes God Strength, I would imagine.
A couple of spells which are left which are nice are Shackle Shots.
Yeah. Bulldoze as well. And Charge. Wow, Charge is still here. That's crazy. Wow, third pick Charge. Jesus.
Well, there was so much stuff in this pool in terms of
it was a very
prioritized, right?
Maybe counter Helix as well for the Omni if he's going to be playing as a core.
I don't think he's going to be a core by the looks of it. They have Abaddon core, they have Axe core, and Viper core, so they can't have him core.
It's also hard to pick up those passives now that Necrophos already has the Nether Toxin. You don't want to necessarily.
That's probably why they've gone away from. Yeah, I imagine that's why they didn't take like the corrosive skin, for example, on the Bristleback, just because it's just not really that useful again when they have Nether Toxin. But yeah, like right now it seems like the only outlier I'd say here, I think everyone has a pretty decent build, except Bristleback looks a bit weak, I'd say. especially because he has to be a support pretty much in this build, and that doesn't look like a strong support build in my opinion.
I don't think the Omni-Knight build is that good. Like it's not really like a rounded build. It's like you can see that there's some things. Obviously, the Guardian Angel stands out. Fissure is very defensive, but like the other two spells are like kind of interesting, I think.
Yeah, and interestingly, so obviously Earthshaker did take the Warpath. He did counterpick it here, so they did prioritize taking that away from him. Yep. He still gets God Strength, obviously, so he's still quite strong. But yeah, they're still a very nice build, I'd say. But yeah, I'm just kind of like worried that the supports on No Jungle and Radiant are going to be way stronger. Like, because I'm assuming they're going to run obviously Sven and Necro as the supports, and those builds just look much stronger in terms of lane domination compared to like you say, Omni's quite defensive, doesn't really do that much, and Bristle just doesn't look like a support build at all. It's kind of weak, I'd say. But they do have strong cores. The Viper's a strong core, the Axe is a strong core, and Abaddon's is also a strong mid if he decides to go that route, or maybe off lane. So
do you think that Block was going to swap with someone?
Oh yeah, Block's playing the lane, I imagine, or maybe even the Earthshaker.
I think the Earthshaker, maybe.
Yeah, and then
hard to say.
Tauntaun swapped the Spirit Breaker. Actually, I'm quite surprised with that. I thought he would play that mid. Maybe he's playing Lina. Yeah, Faustus is playing.
Everyone swapped around there, so it's hard to tell who went where.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So Faustus is playing the 3-position Spirit Breaker with the Aftershock, and then I imagine Lina mid with on Tauntaun, and then let's see if I'm correct. Oh no, Block's playing the Lina, and Tauntaun's playing the mid Earthshaker, which is pretty strong actually. Obviously you have the charge potential ganks from mid lane. It's pretty strong.
Yeah, showing up with that Aftershock from a charge is going to be very strong.
All according to Keiko.
Then we have a lens scale on the position 5 Necro, very strong with the, like you said, the 2 saves pretty much, the build and the Heavenly Grace, and then Fish on the 4 Necro with the nice stuns.
Yeah, I like the fact that I like when drafting having someone who's got like dedicated saves. So in this case, like you say, there's Lens. But if you look at the Omni-Knights who's got Fissure and Guardian Angel, I'm just not a huge fan of Bulldoze and Vicious Nasal Goo as the other spells.
Yeah, I think so. I assume he counterpicked for the Bulldoze so that someone else can have it.
I agree as well. It kind of feels like the Omni and the Bristleback builds were sort of half counterpick, half what they wanted kind of thing. So
yeah.
They do feel like kind of a mishmash.
Like I say, especially this Bristleback build just seems incredibly weak to me. And I assume he random the Viper strike first as well. It's not very strong, obviously.
I would assume that's well,
but
we can always ask them later.
I mean, that's where the value of Aftershock comes in. It's the same with Sticky Napalm. Yeah. It's not just the combos that you get, it's the like emotional and draft damage that you do to the enemy, having to argue about who's going to counter.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, it's like it's like I say, like you look at his build now, and it's still a very good build, even though they had to counterpick him. Like that's the thing. It's like it's still a medium to good build, and it's not like he ended up with a bad build for first picking Aftershock. It's still good, you know.
Yeah, when you have Bristleback in the pool, it really makes Aftershock, like it gives you so much value to the Aftershock because you have 2 spells straight away, which are highly spammable low cooldown.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed already, I'm looking at this mid matchup, and Abaddon's already decided to lever Power Shot in the melee versus melee lane, and I'm kind of like, don't particularly like that. I would just say max the Death Pulse and the Heartstopper. Seems a bit weak to me to give the Power Shot.
Yeah, he just wants to secure, like, normally the reason this happens is, like, you want to secure a couple of last hits so you get your bottle. And he is going to do that, but, you know, he could do the same with Death Pulse, like you said.
Well, one thing is, why does he need bottle? He has Heartstopper. And yeah, like you say, Death
just
Pulse.
Go Heartstopper.
Yeah, it's just...
Heartstopper, Death Pulse, there you go. There's your lane sustain, done.
Yeah, like I do agree with this Abaddon's skill build and item choices currently. He also didn't need the tangos from mid.
As I said, that may have been an early pickup with the Power Shot to try to get a snipe out or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where he didn't
Potentially, yeah.
I didn't catch that, but
yeah, I couldn't see myself ever taking Power Shot in this build, unless of course like he was trying to get killed, but I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, maybe there could be an argument made in the past, but like with the rune spawning, you know, the water rune spawning and all that, like the enemy is definitely going to get a bottle refill when he wants to. So it's
Yeah.
not like you're denying him either.
Yeah.
At least for the first couple of levels.
Well, let's jump bottom here. There's a little bit of action as Lina and Viper are training it out. That poison doing so much damage to the Lina, the Viper, and the Viper will go down. The shield just saving the Lina here in terms of one more, and that
Yeah.
probably would have been it. Now this Bristleback's a bit of trouble. He'll get away
Yeah,
there.
I definitely can leak this bit of information to you. Is that like the spells which Blobhead's playing the most are Poison Attack and Spike Carapace. Those are like his two most hated spells playing against. So
Yeah, well, I know Faustus makes Block take or someone on his team takes Spike Carapace every time he plays. He
yeah.
hates playing
But
it.
Blob hates it as well. He's always
Yeah.
so I can definitely imagine this was something that like, they were all drafting for each other. And imagine
Yeah.
Blob was like, just make sure you take Poison Attack. I don't care. Because
Top
Spirit of Bash is
action top.
Yep, a little bit of trouble here with the axe. It's going to fall back a little bit, but the wands are popped as they putting a lot of damage in here. That couple early points doing a lot of work. Aftershock, and
Yeah,
it
they
will
got
be
him.
enough to bring him down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is what I was trying to say. Like the side lanes are just already, you can see, going a bit like in no jungle's favor, just because of the supports are just way stronger. Like especially bottom with, like I say, the Bristle can't do anything here. He might as well not be in this lane. Like
Yeah.
they can't do anything.
Seriously, he should leave and go stack. Do something else. He cannot do anything. He's just going to die.
what is kind of nice about the build on this Breaker is that Mist Coil you don't need to level, which is like the perfect type of spell that you want to have with an Aftershock build.
Yeah,
you're gonna
one level, you get the
purifica-
5.5, and it's only 50
Yeah.
mana. Like, it's nothing for Spirit Breaker.
yeah, and the
Oh,
purification.
Abaddon is
Right, there's
maxing
also-
power shot. Ugh, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's weird.
A little bit of action in the top lane. I think the Spirit Breaker's fine.
Good LSA, catches the axe. He's got 7 stacks, so he's pretty moving here. He'll be able to get away.
Oh yeah, he'll have permanently 7 stacks. It's so easy to keep up.
Yeah,
On,
spam.
So what are the last hits looking like in the mid lane? I mean, we were flaming Abaddon, but he is doing a super good job at last hitting. Currently leading.
yeah, it was.
He's using the power shot to also farm the lane and then hit the camp and stack it over here at the same time.
Yeah.
So he's doing some interesting things. We've been nagging on him here a little
Yes,
bit,
yeah.
but he is using it to its full advantage.
Well, I'd be very surprised if he didn't crush the lane. It's a melee versus melee matchup, and you have Heartstopper. It's like it's just
And-
a free one.
Yeah, you have Heartstopper and Death Pulse. Like,
Yeah, it's just it's such a strong combination, especially against the melee hero. Like he can't stay in the Earthshaker can't stay in against him, just like farming.
Oh,
creep.
action
It's-
bottom?
Oh, missed it.
so basically, I can tell you that the Lina had a Aphotic shield on, and the Viper was coming forward. I think to get one last Infernal Blade off, and Lina hit him with a poison attack, and the shield popped, and that's all. That's all. Boom, boom, boom.
Top,
All
top,
she
top.
wrote. Going top here again. They got a nice landing on the axe, but with those 7 stacks, he's just so fast. He can run in, do stuff, not get caught out by the aftershock.
Yeah, that all changes when there's a dagger that comes out.
Oh, good stun though. There's the mist coil. A nice little bit of blocking
he's-
out there, and he'll actually live. Well done.
Beautiful
Yeah,
fissure.
that was-
Beautiful fissure. Yeah, I think the story of this game is just going to be with the bot lane low. Viper's sitting at 13 CS, which is atrocious, unfortunately. But there's nothing he can do. Like I say, he basically doesn't have a support, and the Bristle has gone to the jungle to stack now, which is the
Stack.
correct thing to
Thank
do.
you. That's exactly what he needs to be doing. Hopefully that will give some room for the Viper to come back
Oh,
in here later
he
on.
shouldn't be maxing Infernal Blade though. He needs to max Devour to get back in the game. This is I don't like that part. I know what he wants to do is like, oh, I need to be stronger in the lane. I need to make max Infernal Blade, but you're not winning against these two heroes with your
Even if you do max
even
him for
max-
Oval Blade, it's just
yeah,
not going to happen.
correct. So he really should be maxing Devour and just getting back in the game.
I think the problem really for Dire is in the top lane, we're going to have a dagger coming out in, let's just say, 3 minutes time. And when that happens...
He's got a Q-Dog. He's not even going to get the boost. He's going to go straight for Dagger.
No, he's
the
got
Arcane.
Arcanes already.
He's got the Arcanes coming out. I just missed it.
No, he already has them.
Oh, he has them there. Sorry, I'm just blind.
It's all good.
I do think this
Yeah,
axe
so-
could definitely come back. What's this game now? Oh, block killing off the bristle again. And the bad mana tip from our esteemed host of this
Host.
tournament.
There we go. Out come the tips. This is what we need.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that depending on what the tempo is on the game, the Spirit Breakers is, like could be in a position to just run around and be a real terrorist. At the same time, so could the Earthshaker. I think we might be seeing two cows charging all around the map.
Yeah,
As long as
I
they're not
expect them
charging
to hit
at
a
each
tiny.
other.
So what I expect them to do is, as soon as Faustus gets his Blink Dagger, they're gonna just all rotate top and push that tower, get some kills, and just snowball some towers from there.
Axe is doing some good job
Axe.
farming here, though. I have to
Yeah,
say.
he's got some stacks for him. I mean, like I say, his build is very strong. I really like the Axe build.
It reminds me of like Pos 1 Bristleback, but it has way more upside.
I'm just gonna
Speaking
sit
of upside-
bottom. I've missed
Yeah,
every
this-
single one of these. The
they
Lena
just-
can just kill
they just
anyone
need to
so
leave it.
fast.
They just need to leave this lane. I don't. They can't still be here. Like, look at them. They're diving tier 2s. There's just no
you
way.
need to be out of here. You can't be here anymore.
Yeah, the build. Oh, Sven died.
And this
oh,
is-
Axe
this is
so
in-
close to death.
This is in stark contrast to the previous game we saw. I don't know if you saw it, Block. Thor, where FaZe was playing as Vayne mid and was just super active. Wasn't when first item Boots of Travel was just trying to run around and be as active as possible.
2 to bear on Spirit Breaker top. They throw down the stun. Does his gen to TP out? They will have enough here to kill him.
It's good.
Without that stun,
And this is
he's
what
gone.
Viper should be doing.
Now
This
mid.
is completely what Viper.
Fish, he's finding out more. The good ass Lake Connect. Out comes the charge. He'll be in here. Throws the miscoil. That'll be enough to stun him on once. They'll have the finishing damage. But now there's a bunch of heroes here. They need to get out. Bringing in the Omni Knight as well. And they will just fall back. Oh, no. Tauntaun going for more. He's like, I am a big boy. I can kill this bristleback.
He gets the stun
Fish
and he
comes
gets
in,
one.
throws it in. Doesn't even need the help.
Oh, we just
It's
we
a sad
just
time
rhymed
for
there.
this Bristleback.
We are poets and we don't even know it. And yeah, Block meanwhile farming bottom. What is this item build? Looks like he's going to be going Witchblade
Right.
into Shadowblade. Okay.
Yep.
Classic.
That makes a lot of sense in terms of, if the Witchblade is that great early game item, gives him everything he needs. Shadowblade is a good get in, get out.
But
If
just
he
think
ever
about how
gets in
slow they're
trouble.
going to be. Think about how slow they're going to be with Poison Attack and Witchblade. Stun coming
yeah.
out. FaZe's in trouble. Smacked.
No, it's not quite enough. And the good Fissure
Oh!
will block out the
Another
3 of them
beautiful
from
Fissure.
chasing.
Very
So
well
far-
played.
For individual players, yeah. The fissures have been on point.
Yeah, you did
I
mention
think
it's
they're
going to
just
be
the main-
completely
oh,
defensive
farm again.
Fissures, though, in terms of, like,
Bluff is killing the Bristle again.
oh god, goodbye.
I just don't know why is he keep coming back here. There's
I was
just
like,
no
you
reason,
don't need
man.
the
He
chase
can't
in
do
block.
this.
He's dead. You know this.
He needs to get the high five out. That's why.
All right, they do
And
mop.
that's it.
Meanwhile,
Look,
Tauntaun's doomed in the mid lane, but he looks like he's going to run.
They're still chasing
I
him
think
down
he-
pretty hard.
The Viper killed
He's,
top and
I think he's going to die. Hits
Yep,
another power
power
shot.
shot. Power shot for the win.
all the while Axe is farming. He's looking in the last hits now.
Oh,
it's
Lens
a good Fissure
taking
to
some
break him
damage.
out. They'll
Nice
throw in the
shield.
stun.
Now let's say,
turn around.
turning around.
It's not enough. The shield
Lens-
does so much there, but eventually does pop and fall. Now Fish looking for
Fish
more,
looking.
but he's getting beaten down by the Omni here.
Yeah. No
Lens,
jungle making some weird plays here, I think I could say.
I
But
just-
Falc's-
No,
he's picked up
but
his
this is
Blink
what they're
Dagger.
doing. They're being busy mid so that they're taking top and bottom in the process, yeah.
I just think they weren't giving enough respect. They were like, it's 2v2, we're fine. They weren't respecting the power of the fissure and basically the execution. But
Well,
speaking of a lack of
taken out.
respect,
Yeah.
it's like any individual who comes bottom, like, just deserves to die. Like,
Yeah, they just need to leave it. Like they need to do something else besides just they can't go bottom against the bot right now unless they go in force like 4 or 5 people. They need to do something else. It's just they just keep feeding him. I don't know. I don't get it.
but now it's
Um,
reached the point where it is, like you say, they need to go with 3 or 4 people. I think
The problem with
When
that though
Nance-
is Spirit Breaker has his Blink Dagger now. He's just picked up.
Yeah. When Lensk left bottom, that was when maybe they could come back as 2 and make a play. But now they're fed super hard.
Hope
Boom.
they find the
Yeah,
Omni
we
bottom.
see.
He will go down. He's still fairly... Oh, maybe not. He's got a nice little... Oh, scratch that. Blop
keep going
shows up.
bottom. Like, what are they doing? Like they can't just keep going bottom with the one hero. It's just going to keep happening. It's just like they've lost like must be like 6 or 7 heroes just going bottom one by one, one by one.
Well,
by one.
how many kills does Blop have? Because that's the answer.
Exactly. Yeah, 8 deaths. That's like just from people just randomly running up top again. Up top, top.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, great
Oh,
charge
Thompson gets a
in.
kill.
He's hunting for him, though, looking for someone else here. They got 2 in the
Hamzan's
neighborhood. They're
doing a
bringing
good
in
job
more.
baiting.
Oh,
All
look,
right.
they sent another hero bottom. It's just they can't keep doing
Why?
this.
Just
It's
I'm
not
not
working
even. I'm going to ignore our bottom. Like it's just no. Every time you send someone there, they're going to die. So let's just ignore it.
Like, if you watch a sped up video of Blop's gameplay, like his perspective, it's going to be like, I'm feeling a bit hungry. I wonder when my next meal's coming. And it's just going to be the same people coming over and over and over. Meanwhile, this I think is a good
So
sign.
Blops, if you leave Blop alone, he doesn't do much. He doesn't farm like if you just leave him in the lane, he's not gonna farm like crazy or anything like that. He doesn't have a farm build. As
He's a
Avalon goes
farming
down again.
hero build.
Yeah,
I think if
exactly.
you
So
left
like, if
him-
you don't put heroes against him, he just doesn't do that much. So that's what you had to do.
I think if you don't like keep on feeding him, he goes like Maelstrom and he like plays a bit more passive in his jungle. But now he's so fed,
Yeah,
doesn't
he just
matter
does
what's
whatever he
happening.
wants, like this. So he's just killing the. It's poor Bristle, man. Like
Feels
I feel so
at
bad
this
for him.
point.
But it's
0 and 5.
he
Just
just
getting
doesn't do anything.
styled on completely.
Dire essentially has 4 heroes, unfortunately. Like, just Bristle.
Oh, I can't wait to see this Viper die again. Here we go.
Oh no, he might kill Faustus. No.
No. Even with the ult, it's not going to matter. The poison will just cut right through that. You know, it's 4 to 2
Could see a
here.
Doom, yeah.
Oh no! Don't
Oh,
do that.
nice
Oh,
jump
no.
in.
Don't
Catch
do
the
that.
2.
That is not the target you want to do.
And they've got good responses with Doom, both in terms of he's got Abaddon ulti, and they have the heal, 2 double heals coming out from Spiritbreaker, and he's got a regen rune top. I mean, this is a disaster.
Diving under tier 1
poor
towers to kill
Bristle.
people here.
All according to
Alright, this feels very, very one-sided as we're currently at 20 to 4, but
Yeah.
the majority of that
I mean,
is
this-
the Spearbreaker and the Lina here in terms of the net worth.
Well, it's
This is
it's
the-
actually all about the supports. Like it's because how much impact Radiant supports have compared to the Dire ones, which gives their core so much more opportunity to farm early on and get kills. So like like I say, the Dire supports just don't do enough. Like,
I mean, one has to say this is the team that many project to be the top. Like, as we see another kill coming out. This is the team that most people say is, best in this group versus the worst in this group, perhaps. So
I would say
it
that.
is expected to be the most one-sided match, but a lot of the mistakes made here are not like high-level mistakes. They're just the same mistakes made over and over and over in slightly different ways.
Yeah, it's
Acts
not
of the
necessarily
opposing
knowing,
people.
like, you've never necessarily been in this situation, that kind of thing, where it's like, well, what do I do now? Like, okay, we're this far behind, do I go to lane? No. Like, so where do I go? Into the jungle? This
Act's
kind of
gonna
thing.
die again.
People don't necessarily know.
Yeah.
Anyone Lina chooses to go on at this point is just going to get obliterated.
He's just too fat at this point. Like I say, though, he had like 80 CS. He's not farmed a lot. He's just even he had a free lane, he's still not be able to farm that much just because his build doesn't farm. But it doesn't matter because he got fed so much, so it just doesn't matter anymore.
Alright, so if you're Radiant here, you obviously have a fairly safe game. You can, play safe, farm up, or you can take the advantage. My old adage is if you're get ahead, stay ahead. How does Dire, get back into this in terms of reclaiming some territory, getting some kills? Who are their targets? What are they looking for here?
So they get the Axe BKB, wait for that, and then as soon as they get that, they have to make a smoke and try and get some pickoffs. And that's just they just need to find out, try and get like Faustus or Tauntaun or someone, and just try and kill them, and then just like hopefully be able to like take a tower from that or something like that. It's gonna be difficult though. Like they're 10k down already in 60 minutes, but they need to try something as soon as Axe gets his BKB, in my opinion. She's just coming on the corridor now.
See the Lina Shadowblade finished up. She starts going hunting.
Oh, he's gonna die.
Immediately
Oh, no.
walks under a ward.
Oh,
Finds the axe though. Goodbye.
oh, there's the BKB.
Yeah, BKB reveal.
all according
Now
to
that's the
K-Cup.
problem though.
Now they
That
have to
needs
play
to be
faster again.
aggressive. So
Yeah, and yeah, and they're just gonna get the Omni as well, and the Viper by those.
Now going
No,
top,
maybe
they
not.
are able to
Oh.
get the Air Shaker, but it does take a lot to get it.
Oh, there's the tip for Tauntaun.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, there's not really much to say about this game, to be honest. It's just a bit of an outplay, I'd say, and obviously the outdraft on the Bristle. Like I said, the rest of the heroes aren't too bad. Like we said about the Omni not being the best, but at least he has like some good skills like Fissure and Grinding.
Oh, Bristle back.
Caught out again. So the axe can lay in it. It's just got that ult, right? So she can just turn around and kill you in the process of that ult going off.
You can't fight without BKB. It's just And there goes the Omni again. Yeah. Not much to say.
Oop, I have a button for that. Look at it go.
Here goes Shifty. Poor Fantasy.
Yeah, I'd say the tempo at this point is just all no jungle. You're controlling the tempo of the game completely.
Yep. They've taken really nice timings as well. They've pushed when they Sri Lanka's coming on Spirit Breaker, so they'll probably like look to do something mid now. Bop's got his Shadow Blade and Witchblade up already.
I guess the problem is there's no silver lining here. There's no, like, they haven't been like losing in one way, but have like a comeback mechanic. It's just it's looking grim.
Well, we have seen bigger comebacks in this tournament already, so you never know.
This is true. You never know. Oh, this
sure,
poor Bristleback being
chat.
charged. He's trying to TP out, but he TP's too soon. And now he's got caught. Now, that does mean they know two heroes is in the bottom, so they're running at this Necro as fast and as hard as they can, but Necro's just got a TP out. And the Fissure,
that was so close on the Fissure. So close.
So close.
Now Blop looking for skill.
Yep, now Blop's coming in. The dust reveal, but doesn't matter. Alright. Axe is going to try to run in the BKB and beat down the Lina, but Lina can just run away from him. There we go. Fissure finally locks it down. The ult gets popped, but now comes the turn where, you know, she's just going to turn and lay India. Ooh, there we go. Big Echo Slam.
Blop does die, but it looks like a lot more are going to die as well.
Oh, another good Fissure block out.
Really nice Fissure.
Yeah. We ragged on that Fissure pick, but this has been just some amazing defensive Fissures.
No, it wasn't a rag. It was just there were. Yeah, I guess it was the vicious nasal goo, which seemed a bit weirder.
Well, basically their thought behind it was just Kara picking the aftershock, I think.
Yeah, they have to.
Which they kind of
point.
Yeah.
Or you just don't and give him to him. This is what we talked about in terms of he was going to get something, so you can just pick whatever the fuck you want, right?
I don't think you can give him. I think that's like a 70% win rate combo or something stupid like that.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think you can legitimately give him that, unfortunately. But that is the radiant advantage again.
Stats don't mean anything. I remember this one time I was playing with Rob and he said, doesn't matter if they have Aftershock and Ball Lightning. Not good.
I remember specifically letting the enemy team get the Sunstrike rearm combo to teach my team how to fight it. Because they were like, this is undefeatable. We can't do this. And it's like, yes, you can. You can beat them.
I mean,
you just have to play differently.
I was giving an example of someone delusional, and you were too.
We won the game, so I wouldn't call that being delusional.
So the way to win is to just like DDoS the enemy.
Well, Noxville, you know this, right? Isn't rearm Sunstrike the highest win rate combo currently?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty silly.
It's a mind game thing completely. I think it has a way more higher win rate simply because of what it does to the enemy's mental game more than anything.
I mean, it's just so hard to push into. It's like, realistically, you're not getting that many kills, but it's the fact that your opponents have to constantly be moving. It's just
Don't stop moving, dancing while you're
that's
grooving.
it. Beautiful, some
I
beautiful
was
singing
like,
from my co-captain.
where's the song? There we go.
What was that? What was that? Was that S Club 7? Don't stop moving.
Yes.
Dire's top
Ah, well.
Do you see the Ags finished up here in the
Absolutely.
Earthshaker? He's able to leap around a lot now. He's got the Wind Run upgrade there, as well as the Charge of Darkness. He gets a lot out of that.
He's also going for Lincolns. They're all trying to get Lincolns to mitigate this doom by looks of it. BKB almost finished on Viper.
The thing is that the Radiant team are sort of all running around doing whatever they feel like.
Yeah, just
Whereas the Dire team has to just keep on pushing out their lanes, and they can't really go out alone. They gotta go out as smoked or only into areas where they have vision and in numbers.
Well, what I assume is I don't really see why Blob needs to take the Aegis here. He's got Abaddon on, but regardless, I see what they're gonna do now is just go straight bottom, push that in, push out all the other lanes, get them trapped in their base, and just either whip them out or just get a pick off and go for the high ground.
At this point, they probably have enough of an advantage so they could just roll.
How does
when they
Spirit
the
Breaker
high
get
ground.
there? What's he up to? Are you gonna fight 4v5? Or is he TP? Here we go, TP.
Yeah.
Oh!
Immediately gets doomed out, but he'll run away. Just wraps
Block in the
around.
background.
I don't know why they scythed the bristle back.
Immediately gets
That
ulted
is a
up.
good-
Now there comes the chase. Oh, good
Beautiful,
stun.
Beautiful.
Oh,
That's
that's what he was
my
setting up right
process.
for, right there. That was beautiful. Catches
That was,
3 of them perfectly.
As usual, Faust is carrying Blop.
Wow, that's definitely going to be the tier 1 bottom then in terms of how it'll be easy to take that down.
Yeah, and especially with the poison attack shard. Yeah. And because they won that team fight, they could just go straight high ground. No breaks now, I imagine.
I mean, they still have the Aegis. They didn't even kill Bluff once.
No, they only got the Sven, I believe.
I think you're right that it maybe shouldn't be him with the Aegis, but the problem is, like, I don't think there's, like, an obvious target. Who else could have it?
I'd just give it to the Spirit Breaker, to be honest, or even the Tauntaun.
Someone that's leaping in there. Yeah, like Tauntaun's jumping in, right? So if he charges in, jumps in, that kind of thing, dies, he's got this extra
Yeah,
life.
But
out.
he's got Windrun and Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah. So like
He does.
if he does die, not to say that he would. And Spear Breaker's in the same boat. I very much doubt he'd die if he blinked in too. He's got his Lincolns
I mean,
and
he
everything
has
he
less.
needs.
He has less escapes, so he's more likely to die on the Spirit Breaker.
That is true.
Anyway, the tower is falling, and Bluff
Yeah.
does actually
Pop
have
the
the shot.
BKB
So
and start pushing back. Now's the time, but they're probably just gonna reset here.
Yeah, it's just that was a way too early BKB. And why has he got an Echo Save on it? Strange.
on here.
Saber on the Viper?
And an Axe.
On Axe.
An Axe. It's a bit odd.
My guess is he is gonna buy like quarterstaff or
Oh,
something.
the fissure, the fissure.
Nice
Nice
fissure.
fissure.
Just jumps over, just jumps over.
I think he was going for BKB and he like bought a quarterstaff, an Oblivion staff or something by mistake.
No, he just bought he already has
Did he
BKB.
just buy it straight up?
Yeah, he just bought it straight up.
Recent? Was it his most recent item? Maybe he was just like, I need something for the last fights of the game.
I'm not gonna
no,
get
he's
the
had it for-
blink or whatever. Get something. Yeah,
He just
maybe.
bought the blink. He just bought the blink, so he's had it for a while now.
Alrighty.
Again, it's an odd
Yeah,
pickup.
that's
You're right.
I mean, they're trying.
Oh,
they're trying
nice
to weigh up.
shackle.
Nice shackle. That lets him jump in, charge in. It's gonna be the end there, I would imagine.
I believe in Axe. No, I don't.
Just charging.
Axe's stun comes in. Boom.
Nice.
Back out.
Yes,
Black
that
out.
should be GG, I believe.
It's 2-2.
I would imagine.
All according to
Unless Block somehow feeds here 3 times.
So what do we got next after this? We're gonna have no jungle versus G2OP.
Yeah,
I
very
believe
high
so.
matchup.
That's the like, I mean G2OP have lost the game, but that's the hype game of this group that people have been waiting for.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
All
the name
right,
of the game.
so let's round out this game. Wasn't 26 minutes? Wasn't super like there was some enjoyable moments, but for the most part, it really just seemed like a game where every couple of minutes someone went bottom to feed Blop, and the top lane,
Yeah.
the Spirit Breaker, was the interesting one to watch out for, and Earthshaker to a lesser extent. Some really nice. Definitely have to give a big shout out to God with a Shotgun, the Omni Knights. I think
very well played.
individually some of the nicest players of the game, like 5 or 6 really excellent fissures.
Some great ults
Could have
too.
made
Made a couple of
yeah,
different plays there in terms of getting them out.
but overall, I think that was a solid showing by No Jungle. Few small mistakes. I think the summary for me is just basically like not a huge amount of respect in the in like after a fight is over, like not respecting like 2v2s or 3v2s to the same amount. But overall, expected outcome. Let's go for the short break after this. Thor, anything you want to say before we take a short break, and we're going to jump straight into the next game, which is going to
No,
be
yeah.
G2OP.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this next game. Should be good.
Here, here.
Alrighty.
Oh, we'll take a
RGB,
quick
anything?
break and we'll get back to it then here.